The purpose of a WAN was to connect users with their apps. The apps have moved, yet in a large part the network architecture hasn't changed. And so people still have MPLS networks that were introduced 10 years ago, or in some cases even longer ago, which were really there to help people access the apps in the data center and aren't well suited to accessing apps in the cloud. You know, MPLS is still very costly. You get SLAs, that's an advantage, but it costs a lot of money. And at the same time, broadband internet is becoming less and less expensive. So you might pay $2,000 for an MPLS link, for 10 meg MPLS link, and then for less than $100 you can get 100 megabit per second broadband internet access. Given that the cloud apps have moved over to the internet, and given this gap in price, people are thinking, how can I use the internet, and how do I change the way I build my WAN so that I can take advantage of this low-cost internet and connect my users more directly with the apps they're using in the cloud. An SD-WAN is an overlay architecture, so it lets you build a network which spans all your branches, all your users, your data center, the cloud services that you're using, with one network which is like a virtual WAN. And that rides over the top of whatever underlying services you want to use. You may want to combine MPLS with internet, with LTE. The virtual WAN lets you mix and match those services very easily. It lets you deploy new branches with a single, very simple provisioning system. With Silver Peak's SD-WAN solution, you get a whole range of benefits, and I've put them into 4 categories. So the first category is flexibility. You get the ability to mix and match any service provider, any kind of technology you want. You get the ability to very quickly and easily provision things, so there's flexibility. Second up is visibility and control. So you want to be able to understand what's going on in your WAN, how are different paths performing, do you have troubles with a particular service provider, what apps are being used, and so there's a visibility component, and then being able to control. The third item is performance. One of the reasons that people are concerned sometimes about using internet is that they're worried that the performance is going to vary. And so with our SD-WAN solution, we bring to bear a whole suite of technology that ensures that when you move from MPLS to the internet, or you augment your MPLS with an internet, you're going to get better performance than what you would have otherwise, and you don't have to worry about performance being inconsistent or variable. The last category is around savings. There's a lot of savings associated with moving to an SD-WAN architecture, and those savings fall into 3 categories. First up, there's the bandwidth savings. So you can use cheaper services like broadband internet, and you get savings there. The second thing is savings around OpEx. So because instead of managing individual elements of a network element by element, with an SD-WAN you're using a central provisioning system. And the last aspect of savings is CapEx. So as people move to an SD-WAN, there's an opportunity to move towards a thin branch architecture where you have a lot less in the branch, and that drives down the CapEx spend you need to build a branch network.